The story is named 3 Days More. Suivo, the disciple of Hakuin, was a good teacher. During one summer seclusion period, a pupil came to him from a southern island of Japan. Suivo gave him the problem: hear the sound in one hand. The pupil remained 3 years but couldn't pass this test. Like, with one hand he should hear the sound, one hand clap or something. One night he came in tears to Suivo. I must return south in shame and embarrassment, he said, for I cannot solve my problem. Wait 1 week more and meditate constantly. Advice Suivo. Still no enlightenment came to the pupil. Try for another week, said Suivo. The pupil obeyed, but in vain. Still another week. Yet this was no avail. In despair, the student begged to be released, but Suivo requested another meditation for 5 days. They were without result. Then he said, meditate for 3 days longer. Then, if you fail to attain enlightenment, and you better kill yourself. On the second day, the pupil got enlightened. That's the story. 3 days more. Just a 2-minute story. Anything to ponder on?
The enlightenment came because otherwise he had to kill himself.
Yeah, exactly. It's a similar story actually.
I didn't get a little bit in the first 2 lines that you read.
Yes.
I'm not sure. The first 2 lines, could you just read them again?
Yeah.
Just the 2 lines.
The first one, the start of the story.
Yeah.
Suivo, the disciple of Hakuin. Hakuin is the one who we discussed before. He's that soap master. Was a good teacher. During the summer seclusion period, a pupil came to him from a southern island of Japan.
Okay.
So he gave him a problem: hear the sound of one hand. Generally, that is
what does it mean? Sound of one hand means?
Actually, in Zen tradition, we used to say that the sound comes only if there are two hands. But in Zen tradition, it is a very common thing, like hearing the sound of one hand clapping. Without another hand, you could hear the sound. It's again a metaphorical. It's again a metaphorical meditative exercise, which generally Zen masters say or give. This was the task given to him, which he was not able to accomplish all these times. It is not to prove that one hand sounds or something.
Yeah.
That's where this even illusion. The Zen masters use a lot of illusion for enlightenment.
Thank you.
Okay, ma'am. Anything to reflect on this? This is again another beautiful story. This is actually. I would say these are poems rather than stories. These are like proper poems. Ashi, would you like to maybe before just one word or something about the story?
No, it's like all of them, Aju. It's so short and sweet and so thought provoking actually. And to hear everybody speak about their thoughts, it's even more interesting,
Yeah.
The way each of our thoughts go in different directions. That's very it's very fascinating, I should say.
Yes.
Beautiful collection. Are you going to continue with this?
Maybe we can plan. Maybe we can plan.
Stories?
Maybe we can plan
because
there's so many stories in this.
Okay.
Yes, Ajit, you are.
Yeah.
We'll see how.
I hope so.
Yeah, because it's nice. I mean, like short and crisp.
Yeah.
Interesting. Like it's nice.
Because
thanks, Ajit. Thank you so much.
Welcome. Sure. So, if nothing, over to you, Lakshmi ma'am.
Anybody else? Would anyone else like to say anything?
It was very good, Ajit. It was like a little Zen practice itself, listening to these stories.
Yes.
It's very nice. Created a lot of interest, at least for me, to go and read a little bit more.
I'll share
of
this
Zen.
book, a soft copy in the group. I'll share
Oh,
this.
that'll be great. That'll be great. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
These are very short stories, so everyone can read it.
Hmm. That'll be great.
Thank you,
Yeah.
Kumar.
Really,
Thank you.
it's been like pearls of wisdom, I should say.
Ayyo, really, really, really.
And it was, and you know, the like, and what Ashita said, it's also the analyzing it together and
Hmm.
bringing out our own thoughts.
Ma'am, I would, sorry to interrupt. I would like to hear you saying this is reflection more than an analysis.
Okay,
Because
okay,
analysis comes with a lot of logic. All these
Acha.
gurus, Zen gurus, they defy logic actually. They do all this nonsense. Some of the stories, if you read,
Mm-hmm.
So
such
Ajit,
nonsense.
probably they reflected. We are actually analyzing.
And we
I
could
don't know
reflect.
whether we
We
can equate
probably
ourselves to,
probably we
Zen
can.
gurus
No,
where
no,
we
no. The way
reach
we
that level. No, no, I was
not
just kidding.
really, not really.
I was
Actually,
just
we also need to actually reflect on the story than analyzing the story. Maybe analysis or literary criticism is meant for probably normal stories, literary work. This is more like
Oh, but analysis
uh,
doesn't essentially mean criticism, right?
and
Maybe it's the way you have understood the word, and I
maybe
have.
that is also
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
analysis is again a cognitive thing, is what I meant. We do a lot of
Okay, okay.
cognitive exercise. Here it is more like
yeah, yeah,
a
yeah.
what do you say, I don't know, it's like a poem, it's like a music. When we
Yes,
hear
it
good
is.
songs na, like Raja
Yeah,
songs, some
yeah.
of the songs, we
Yes.
don't feel like analyzing which raga it is, which what is there, what scale it is. We simply listen to it and then get into
Just to
something.
enjoy it and
uh,
absorb it.
and
It's like
Yeah.
probably
looking at the moon
yeah,
Yeah.
maybe.
Like that.
I don't know. This is probably
and
what
then
I
just
feel.
enjoying the beauty.
Yeah, yeah. Anyway, I didn't mean anything logical and
Okay,
that
okay, ma'am.
in my word of analysis. My understanding must
Story
have been
analysis.
different.
Yes, yes. I
Um,
understand from your
yeah,
perspective. Mhm.
yeah.
Mhm.
Because I'm a very non-analytical person, so
Okay, okay.
and it's not. Yeah. Anyway, thanks so much, Ajit. It was a
Thank you,
very nice,
ma'am.
interesting session, and I hope you'll do it again and
Yeah, sure,
continue with
sure.
it with more interesting stories with us. And thanks everyone else for being here. And if anyone wants to come forward and please present some books, we'll be so happy to have different people doing it. Please do come forward and do so. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Right. Bye. Good
Bye
night.
bye. I
Thank you,
need to
Lakshmi
give a
ma'am.
Bye.
big thanks to
Bye. Good
each and
night,
everyone.
everyone.
Everyone, big